Hey tubes, Jonathan was wrong here. Truth in a budget. It's so dark. I really wish I could show you guys like how it goes from like visible to literally like I don't know. Anyway, blah blah blah. You're just gonna have to stare at the dark side of my head for a little bit, I guess. I'm just trying to multitask while I'm getting ready to get out. Anyway, hi guys. How y'all doing? I am on my way to work. Want to call it that? Well, it is work. I'm just not really getting paid very well for it. But anyway, so wanted to talk about this whole like. All right. So, been watching some videos and whatnot. Um, Hi. So I've been watching some videos and whatnot, and I've been seeing a lot of, this whole, flat Earth, denial thing. Oh. And one of the reoccurring things you always hear with these people is that they don't want to they don't want to hear it, they don't want to look into it, they don't want to research it, they don't want to have anything to do with it, and they just immediately just start laughing at whomever is trying to just got to put that there. There's just no I don't have a lot of space. I don't know how much how much you've seen of my living situation, but I do not have a lot of room. Anyway, so that cup is just going to be there for right now. So just this whole mindset of like refusing to like spend 5 minutes looking into something is absurd to me. I mean, unless it's something that's like offensive, like I'm not gonna look into like tranny orgies. I'm not gonna spend 5 minutes watching video on that, but like that's disgusting. I could see not wanting to. I what I don't understand is how someone could be like, oh, that's the dumbest thing ever. It's like, well, if that's the dumbest thing ever, then show me. Tell me how it's dumb. Rather than just, oh, well, science. It's like, what science? Show me the science. There's no science. There's zero science. Zero. Just because you're from excuse my language, just because you're from effing NASA does not mean what you say is science. People think if like someone is a scientist, everything they speak is science. Well, that's a scientist, so they speak the language of science. So anything they say is going to be scientific. No. People like Neil deGrasse Tyson aren't scientists. That dude's not a scientist. Bill Nye, not a scientist. All these people that rely on for information and stuff aren't even scientists. They don't. Other than the fact that I've already talked to you guys about the scientific method and how no one follows it. It's not like something you do anymore. Apparently, it's not important to like run experiments. I guess that's old news. Science nowadays. You just say something, and then that's it. I keep seeing videos of skeptics, quote unquote, flat Earth skeptics, but they don't look into it. The quickest thing to prove the quickest way to prove or disprove something is to attempt to disprove it. If you want to prove, if you want to prove anything, you just try to disprove it. And that's the best way. You know, if you want to, if you want to disprove flat Earth, disprove it. And the fact is that nobody can. Nobody can debate it. The second you attempt to debate anything with anybody, they're just, they're immediately people just shut off to it. They literally can't even listen to it. And that level of cognitive dissonance doesn't make sense to me. Anytime someone has some sort of weird, crazy information, I'm all ears. I'm like, let's hear this. Let's take this shuttle bus to Crazy Town. Let's hear what you got. You know. But then I'm someone who like researches and studies stuff, and like I know what it's like to actually hunt down information, and like I know what it's like to actually know things. That's something I've like talked about a lot. People don't know stuff. They can't wrap their heads around someone actually knowing something. So when you say that you know something, or say that you're sure of something, they can't understand it because people project. You know, they don't think for a second anyone could be smarter or really any different than they are. It's weird. This whole current mindset of how people operate is just insane to me. I don't get it. Like I suppose on some level I do, like a child pulling the blanket up over their head to hide from the scary monster, but that doesn't make the monster go away. I mean, why would it? If anything, it just makes you easier prey. If you don't take your eyes off your enemy. That's like that's tactics number one. That's one of the lowest levels of tactics is you keep an eye on your enemy, especially while they're in your vicinity. You know, that's not that shouldn't be like rocket science. Keep an eye on people, you know what they're doing. You would know what your scientists are doing, quote unquote, scientists, quote unquote, unquote unquote. Yeah, my hair is still an issue. It's getting better though, right? Right? Feels excellent. It feels really nice. But anyway, so I don't know. Do you guys personally I haven't bothered in a while. I've seen a few people are like receptive because it seems to me that we're in sort of like a quasi awakening, where people aren't quite waking up, but they, are kind of aware that something's wrong, because I have met a few people that are, skeptical about, us living on a spinning ball, as well they should be, because spinning ball, but, or, skeptical of other things, but they don't, they're all, they're partially woke at best. Other than the fact that how can you, uncover a worldwide satanic conspiracy and, still not believe in God, still have some weird sort of baseless Eastern mysticism, type belief system that's based on like, I don't even know how selfish you can be. Hi. I just sat down. It ended up being a better cueing than I thought. This is not an angle. I'm actually sitting on the toilet right now. I'm not on the toilet. I'm wearing pants, but you know what I mean. I'm sitting on the construct. But wow, this is a pretty good angle. This is almost professional. This is how the oh, I have to be careful with my hand signals, right? No hands. That's the quickest way. No hands. You have no hands. But anyway, yeah. I think I might do Jonathan's bathroom talk again. I kind of miss my parent doing videos in my parents' house for that reason. I used to bitch about the light in there. The light was way better than it is in here, I guess. I gotta like walk around and look for a place to make a freaking video. I gotta wait for like no one to be home either. So, I don't know. I don't really need to, but it's just easier. I don't I don't know. It's like I don't even care about people thinking that I'm a crazy person anymore. I really couldn't care less. I'm like so numb to it. Like I don't care what like people think about anything really for the for the most part. I mean, I care that people are ignorant and don't want to do their own research and look into things and like want to I don't I just can't wrap my head around just going through life, not knowing anything and being okay with that. I mean, isn't that bizarre? You know? I mean, imagine just accepting everything around you and being like, yeah, nothing to see here. I can't even like it just sounds like a psychosis to me. It's just the word of the day nowadays is psychosis. Everyone's under a deep psychosis. Be it, these trans whatevers, people becoming animals, people becoming, dragon people, people marrying the ocean or trees or like, thinking they're a dog or they're a 50-year-old man and they want to act like a supposedly act like an 8-year-old girl. You know, did you see that whole thing, that whole piece of garbage? And some weirdo sick family took him in so he can like act like a little girl. And he's talking about how bikers are coming in and trying on his clothes and stuff. Does anyone else know any like 6, 8-year-old girls hanging out with bikers and letting them try on their clothes? If you do, please alert the authorities. The authorities are probably in on it. Everything's so gross. What are you gonna do? But I don't know, man. How do these people function? How do these people like get through life literally not knowing anything and being okay with that? My bandana's a little coconutty. Bandana. Oh, it's a little loose and coconutty. See, like the band of coconut juice. Yeah, I'm gonna put on another bandana. Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna get some stuff together, and I'll meet you back in the car. I lied. I'm still in the house. So I just was thinking about something. It's okay. So in a lot of these videos where there's the people are trying to get people to look into flat Earth, they're always prefacing with oh, I thought it was stupid too. When I first heard about it, I thought it was stupid. Blah 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 blah. When I first heard about it, I didn't think it was stupid. I was intrigued and I was I was willing to hear it out. But then again, I was also looking into things like hollow Earth and expanding Earth and other Earth options because I was finding that the current Earth model did not add up and make sense. So I was trying to find out what was going on. So in that aspect, I had a completely different experience. It's not like I looked up the flat Earth stuff. It's like that's so dumb. I fell into it among other things, and then it proved itself. It was self-evident. Mingas! I gotta unleash the cat. No one likes, but she doesn't like being locked in the basement. I don't blame her. Mingas! I've taken to calling Liberty Mingus. It's only a matter of time until I change your pets' names. It's kind of my thing. It's not on purpose. They just, people name animals, not what the animal wants to be named. They name animals like Kitty Purry. They name animals, glamour things or stuff after themselves, or like, honestly, what kind of name is Liberty? Ugh. Ugh. It's just so indicative of like the person who like had the cat, though. Friggin' witchy hippie chick. Whatever you want to call those people. New Agers. Cat eats so much. Oh, smells like a fresh dump. I should have paused this. Whew. Fresh dump. Okay. Well, at least she took a fresh dump, so I don't gotta worry about her pooping upstairs. Alright. Hey, you. What are you on? Crazy. She's crazy. But are most cats? So anyways. Okay, back to where I was before. I was just wandering around talking about cat pooper. Whatever the heck I was doing. I just can't wrap my head around someone being like, I'm not going to look into that, that's too stupid. You know, I can't imagine functioning like that. If it's so stupid, then you could spend, 30 seconds looking into it to disprove it, But being like, well, I don't have to, that's insane. That to me, it just seems like, I don't know. Nice day. I don't know, I can't imagine being in a mindset where you would, prefer not to know something. Or you would rather be kept in the dark. I don't get it. Anyway, I've kind of lost my train of thought. Seemed like a good idea at the time to make a video. I don't know. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of videos now on the topic. People, because I don't know, people are waking up towards it, but I don't know, they are and they aren't. But I just can't wrap my head around the people who just literally don't want to know, can't, especially when you think about what people spend their time doing nowadays, what they do on the internet, and what they, how much time they waste to dick around on Facebook. They could watch a video. Good, have enough for a coffee. They could watch a friggin' 5-minute video and get more information, from that than they've gotten from, anything else that they do. I don't know. What makes me mad too is that this is something I see in those videos a lot too. It's like their whole argument is like, oh, someone told you the earth is flat and you decided to believe them? Derp. It's like, no, that's what you did. You told you that you lived on a spinning ball and you just accepted it. No one told me that I lived on a flat earth and I just accepted it. I was looking into several different type of earth models. Because the current model, what we're given, doesn't add up. If you know anything about physics and biology and nature and everything else, the current Earth model that the scientific community gives us doesn't add up. Which is why I was looking into things. So I don't know. I came from a total different area for the whole flat Earth thing, because it didn't take long for it to make sense to me. Because like I said, the whole planetary model, solar system thing doesn't add up. I think the first thing that sort of like I think the whole thing was water. You know, the fact that where'd all the water come from? I think that was the first thing that kind of like the whole rain system. You know, because I've lived in the north. You know, in the near north my whole life. I grew up in Washington State, and then I moved to Massachusetts. You know, I've seen a lot of ocean, and I've seen a lot of precipitation, and it doesn't under the what they tell us is happening does not add up whatsoever. So that's why I started to look into things, and I continued to do so until I found something that made sense. I don't want to stop it right now, but I need to run in and get a coffee, so I'm going to pause and then probably come back and talk for 2 more seconds. Hoi! Oh, that was weird. I thought a gas bubble was always. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so just I can't imagine living in a world where you just don't want to know anything. First and foremost. But yeah, I thought about something else while I was in there, which I forgot about. So, you know, I like to go for walks in the woods a lot. It's something I do to relax, makes me happy, gets me away from people and away from Wi-Fi and away from, you know, stuff. Gets me out in nature, as God intended. Because, you know, all there used to be was nature. But anyway, excuse me. Now, I have a problem. I don't know if anyone else is a, you know, experienced forester, but if you spend time in the woods, if you're a real, you know, if you're a real person and you do real things and you're, you know, a real human being, you don't have a special outfit that you wear when you go out into some sort of, you know, like, I call them spandex people, call them SPs, or superhero people, because they all look like they're wearing superhero costumes as they're waddling around in the, you know, through a Wampatuck state, you know, like, I don't, you know, it's like, if you're walking around the woods and you're just wearing, like, you know, how I tend to dress, which is like, you know, like sweatpants and a sweatshirt and boots, you know, you're not gonna catch me dead in spandex unless I'm like fighting in a cage, then I'm wearing like boy shorts or something. But that's a different thing. I prefer as little shorts as possible when I'm fighting, because people grab onto your shorts, and it's easier to spread your legs and stuff without cloth in the way. All that sounds dirty. I'm giving you reasons of how and when I'd wear spandex pants, and saying that's easier to spread your legs. But anyway, for anyone who doesn't know, I used to do mixed martial arts, so I'm talking from a jiu-jitsu experience, not a fun boy experience. But anyway, you know, these people, they got their little superhero costumes and are waddling around with their little wrists out, you know, doing their little power walks. And, you know, if you're walking around with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, smoking a cigarette, they're like looking at you like, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. You know, like, yeah, letting you know, throw your trash everywhere. And it's like, no, I'm not going to throw my trash everywhere. I strip my cigarettes and I put the filter in my pocket. If I bring in any cups or, you know, any bottles, I bring them out with me, you know. If anything, I'm seeing little bags of poop everywhere. I would rather it be poop. I was talking about this with someone the other day, the people with their dogs and the little poop bags. So there's little bags of poop everywhere instead of just poop. I'd rather it just be poop. The poop washes away. There's little bags of poop everywhere. It's like, great, there's little bags of poop everywhere. This is nice. This is pleasant. But anyway, just looks like the worst kind of garbage, which is, it kind of is. Garbage full of poop. But anyway, these friggin' people give you dirty looks when you're trying to, like, you know, like, I live in the woods. I'm an experience. You could drop me off there, like, you know, naked. And I would, you know, depending on the temperature, I would, you know, I would be fine. I would survive. I would find a way. You know, I'm no friggin', you know, Navy SEAL, you know, special ops type person, but, like, you know, I know some things and I have some experience, and it just irritates me when I'm a real human being with real. Oh, there's we got a cloud casting a massive shadow in the ocean right now. But, you know, the sun's, you know, 93 million, billion, trillion miles away. Whatever, make up a number. It's super far away. But here you could clearly see it cast shadows in the in its localized area. But what do I know about how light works? You know? But anyway, sorry. I went from one rant to another. But anyway, it just irritates me how I'm just trying to go and escape society and, like, relax. I got this whole other subculture of, like, Fruit Loops that think they own the forest because they're in, bright yellow spandex, walking around like bumblebee people and Mexican pro wrestlers. Like, what are they doing? Like what are they wearing? Walking around like lucha libres. Luchador extremos. I don't understand, man. You know, there's just these fake people. They're fake groups, and they're little fake, like, oh, we're the health people. We all wear spandex. If you want to ride a bicycle or go for a walk, you better be wearing spandex, or else you're not one of us. I feel like, I just want to get out of my woods. I've been coming here for like 20 something years. You know? Like, I live there every summer. Like these knuckleheads acting like I don't belong there. Anyway, thoughts on spandex people? I know you probably can't stand them, so feel free to vent and rant about spandex people and how stupid and silly and, like, I don't know, especially the men. What are the men doing? What are you doing running around in spandex? What are you doing? It's not a good look at all for anybody. Even if you got a perfect body, it's not a good look for men to be, like, running around in spandex. It's, it's not nice. But anyway, love you guys so much. It's already been a half hour somehow. I'm gonna increase my mellow before I get to the job site and make friggin' $5 an hour to kill myself. Love you guys so much. Thoughts and comments, a little rambly, whatever. But it's just, I've been seeing a lot of videos lately about, the whole flat Earth denial. It's the mindset pisses me off. You're choosing ignorance. I don't know. Anyway, love you guys. Have a beautiful day, and God bless you.